You renovate to feel more comfortable, and that's completely normal. But if you think you might sell your home in the next 1 to 3 years, some renovations can actually hurt your return when you sell. In today's video, I'll show you 8 renovations to avoid or adjust so you can get the best possible price for your home and spend your money wisely, especially with the cost of living being what it is right now. A few weeks ago, a seller told me on the phone, "Gabriel, give me the real verdict on my work. Did I help or did I hurt?" You could hear in his voice that the renovations he did were great for him, that's for sure. But he wasn't sure if they were great for the market, for the future buyers. He said, "When you come over, I give you the green light. To be honest with me, will I get my money back? Will buyers like it, or did I make it hard to sell?" He had made some very personal changes in the layout, in the garage, in the basement, and all those changes were based on his own lifestyle, but not necessarily for most buyers. So the result was fairly simple. There were fewer family interested, less flexibility, and a smaller buyer pool. So that's exactly why we're doing this video. I want to make sure you avoid those costly mistakes when planning some home renovation, specifically when you know there are good chances of you selling in just a few years. So the first of those 8 renovations, an ultra luxury custom kitchen. You might dream of a chef's kitchen with high-end finishes and the pro-level appliances, but if you go too far, it may not pay off when you sell. The look or the cost doesn't match other homes in your area. That's the problem. The design is really too personal, and not everyone wants to pay extra for your own taste. You can end up pricing your home above what the market could support. So my advice is when renovating your home, just go for a clean, functional design. That's exactly what buyers want. Include some good storage, choose soft, neutral colors, and just keep your budget reasonable. And by the way, if you're hesitating to renovate because you're not sure what kind of new kitchen would balance your comfort and what your home's resale value is, just send me a text, an email. I'll share kitchen ideas and realistic budget ranges that make sense for your neighborhood, for your type of property, and the kind of buyers who are currently looking for homes like yours in your neighborhood. So the second renovation, backyard overspend, and there's some 3 subsections to that. The first one is the in-ground pool. Some buyers love pools. Some buyers avoid them. There's maintenance, there's insurance costs, and in Quebec, there's a short season to take advantage of the pool. And if the pool is too big for the yard, it could eat up a great part of your backyard and leave very little space for anything else. If you still want to do it, make sure safety is solid. Keep the system simple and have a clear maintenance record. But here's the thing, you don't need the most expensive pool or the flashiest paving around it. Spending big on the look doesn't always come back at resale. If you stretch your budget too far, the market, even for pool lovers, might not see enough value to match what it cost you. The second subsection of backyard, the high-cost outdoors extras with no or little value. Fancy glass fences, heavy stone, a full outdoor kitchen on a smaller lot can look really impressive. Oh yeah, for sure. But often they just feel overdone. The cost ends up higher than the real benefit because most buyers want a usable yard first. My advice, if you want to spend money in your backyard, just focus on privacy. That's really important, privacy. Soft lighting, and a practical patio or deck that people can actually enjoy. You can also add some discreet storage that always add value on top of that. The third subsection in the backyard, having all pavers, no grass in your backyard. A yard covered in stone can look low maintenance, but it often feels hard and less inviting for families or pets. And yes, it still needs some cleaning and upkeep. And maybe add some plants to soften the look and make it more welcoming. The third renovation now, the primary bathroom with no tub. For families with young kids, a bathroom with no bathtub can feel inconvenient. It's a small thing that can make them skip altogether your listing. They look at your house on their phone and say, not this one, it has no bathtub. So if you're remodeling the bathroom, make sure there's at least one bathroom in a home, ideally near the bedrooms. And a basement tub can work as a backup, but it's not ideal for most buyers. The fourth renovation, removing a bedroom to open up space. Bedroom count is one of the first filters when buyers look online. So if you go from a 3-bedroom on the ground floor to 2-bedroom, you instantly lose part of the buyer pool. This happens a lot in bungalows. People will remove the 3rd bedroom on the main floor to make a bigger bathroom or turn 2 small rooms into a larger one. It looks great to live in it, but now it's a 2-bedroom home instead of a 3-bedroom home, and many families won't even visit. If you still want to do it, make sure the reconversion is simple. Make sure the walls can be rebuilt easily. The closets are still in place, and the plan clearly shows it that it could go back to a 3-bedroom. And in your listing, say clearly it could easily be converted back to a 3-bedroom like it was originally. That one line can really help soften the downside and protect your resale value. The 5th renovation, converting the garage into living space. In Quebec, an indoor garage has real practical value. It keeps you out of the snow, that's for sure. It adds major storage space, and many owners even install an EV charging outlet. So the moment you take away the original purpose of the garage, some buyers will immediately lose interest. If you still want to do it, make it a reversible conversion and provide some clear instructions or a plan so future owners can easily turn it back into a garage. And make sure to add equivalent storage to make up for what's lost in the garage. For example, just in a shed, for instance, add some shelving space and even maybe a small mezzanine for extra storage space. If you got a buying or selling project coming up, just send me a text or email or call me. My team and I will set a face-to-face meeting or Zoom, and we'll walk you through the process, helping you plan and make the best decisions for your sale or your next purchase. Don't be shy, we're there to help. The 6th renovation, over-the-top smart home systems. Technology ages really fast. What feels cutting edge today can be outdated in just a few years, in 3, 4, 5 years from now. And not every buyer wants to deal with apps, updates, complicated systems. If you still want to do well, make sure to choose modular systems that are easy to replace, and make sure to label the wiring clearly and leave a short user guide for the next owner. The 7th renovation pertains to paint, decoration, and lighting that are just too personal. Hard to sell paint choices, for instance, a black matte wall or just too many dark colors combined with heavy textures or special finishes. It might look impressive in pictures, but for most buyers, it simply means work to redo, money to invest in painting the whole house. My advice for paint, keep the bold or that personal touch for one single wall, and keep the rest in light, neutral tones. That way, your home keeps its personality without becoming harder to sell. Pertaining to oversized or over-personal fixtures, that dramatic light fixtures might suit your style, but it can feel off scale, and too personal for someone else. If you still want to invest in light fixtures, choose simple, balanced fixtures and keep the same light temperatures throughout the home. The 8th renovation, new floors, but too many types and too many colors. Mixing too many floor types or colors really breaks the sense of flow and can make even a nice home feel disconnected. So if you still want to do it, just use one tone per level with clear transitions. Pick durable, consistent materials like hardwood floor for the ground floor and maybe some quality vinyl or laminated floors for the basement. The golden rule, fairly simple. Yes, you can renovate, but stay within your area's price range and always keep your target buyers in mind. The goal is to appeal to a wide range of buyers and lifestyles. Neutral, reversible, and well-executed work always reassures buyers and it protects your return on investment when it's time to sell. If you enjoyed this video, stick around for the next one. You might like it just as much. And if you need guidance for a purchase or a sale, just send us an email. We'll be happy to help you plan your transition. Take care.